Your Excellency, we are here today as a committee member of the Reformatory Institution in National Assembly, House of Rep, to visit as a core mandate by the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria amended in 1999 Constitution to oversight all the correctional institutions domiciled in each of the states. And we're here today to do the justice according to the mandate of the House. And we deem it necessary as the Chief Security Officer of the state that we cannot take that step without seeing the Chief Security of the state. Because of the landmark of your achievement in rivers is showcasing everywhere. The sunshine you have brought to the river people is now translating to all the rural dwellers. And that is why we are here today, Your Excellency. And I want to bring to your notice, Your Excellency, the major issue we are having in this country is negligence of the correction service in aspect of the security. I want you to note that the greater number of the correction service in Rivers State are 4 in numbers. They have one in Port Harcourt here, one in Ahoda, one in Sebama, and the farm settlement. And each of these places housing almost about 4,000 something inmates. In these 4,000 inmates, have 91% are awaiting trial. And most of these people are not yet convicted, and some of them have not been justified what the case is all about. And the major issue, the negligence in aspect of the security is that we don't care how to reintegrate them, to reform them, to bring them back to the society so that they cannot indulge into the crime. If we really properly look into it, we'll find out that is the only way in which we can checkmate the security of life and property in this country, by making sure those we feel that already committed a crime are integrated into society, by giving them skills, by giving opportunity so that they can have something to feed their family so that they cannot go back to the crime. And saying that, with our analysis, Your Excellency, since assumption of the office, we see the crime rate, reduction of the crime rate in Rivers State. For what you have done by empowering the youth in all the local government, in all the ward, in all the plenary, by giving a sense of belonging. From our record here, we'll find out that it's a drastic reduction of crime in Rivers State. We have to commend you by that. Your Excellency, before now, the Office of the Chairman Committee on Reformatory Institutions have sent you a letter notifying you of the acts already signed by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as a constitution amended. And this constitution amended in 48 in second schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 99, which moved the correction service from exclusive leave to concurrent leaves. In this form, Your Excellency, that the Constitution empower each of the governors of the state to establish, build, and maintain a correction service. And we are here to bring to your notice that the correction service in Port Harcourt is congested. The one in major political area of Port Harcourt is a threat. A threat in the sense that it is the duty and the Constitution have empowered that you have the power to relocate that. And the privilege of it is that Rivers State, among the 3,000 capacity that are built in each of the 6 political zones in Nigeria, River is one of the places where the construction of 3,000 capacity is ongoing at Bora. And this construction have gotten up to 60%. But Your Excellency, you know the truth that federal government cannot do it alone. And as a friendly government that knows the problem of the people, that is our extent coming for you to come over to partner with the committee on the Reformatory Institution to know what we can do to relocate that prison service. The Minister of Interior have made this in broadcast, have said most of the correction service in major towns are a threat. Because from the law, they have to have a buffer zone in every place where the correction service are. And the correction service in Port Harcourt today are the major city of the Port Harcourt. It was established almost about something years ago, which we know that is outdated. And Your Excellency, we have to still bring to your notice the major predicament of the problem of some of our staffs, the correction service, that irrespective of the oversight by us, and it is domiciled under the Ministry of Interior by the federal government, the Appropriation Act, the budget they have been operated with is not enough. That is why we are here today, to partner with the state government, to look into the welfare of the correction service in Rivers State, to look into the utility. If they are taking the inmate to the court, they don't have utility vehicle. They don't have some of the requirements to help to make sure those inmates are really properly taken care of. And I want to bring your notice, Your Excellency. If not the effort of the National Assembly, each inmate is being fed by 450 naira. It was the effort of the Speaker and the National Assembly member that we were able to increase it to 750. If you minus VAT and tax of 13.5% in 750, it's almost about 560 something. 560 something cannot feed even a dog. How much may a human being? And when you see this inmate agitating, that is the time you have a jailbreak. We are looking inward. We are already be putting a memo, and the minister have put a memo to the president to know what we can do to increase the ration of the inmate, so that most of the inmates can really properly be integrated and be fed, to make sure that we checkmate the insecurity of this country. Your Excellency, our dear performing governor, I just want to bring your notice in the book of James chapter 4, reading from verse 1, that every man born on earth must face a trial. A trial tests a man of the capacity, and the most things is that you are with the people, and the people of the River State want you. And you have shown what you are. We came in here around 4 a.m., and the type of staff you have, your chief of staff, we are picking call by 4 a.m. Your chief protocol, we are picking call by 3 a.m. And the capacity of our colleague that you have that are working with you are really stand to speak for the river people in the National Assembly, like Honorable Adjate, Boma, and so many others. We commend you for that, for what you are doing for the River State. We want to urge you, sir, to look into these prayers. Most of us knows what politics is all about. We all together when we are in PDP. I know your performance before some of us translated to APC, to show you that the government of President Mohammed, the government of Ahmed Bola Tinubu is a government for everybody. And you have showcased in this country, you're a man of the people. We commend you, and anything you wish that the chairman committee of Reformatory Institutions can do to partner with the River State, we are ready at any moment. And we commend all the hosts you have been giving to all our committee members, all our members, especially the welcome ransom you give to us as we arrive at River State. Thank you, and God bless us.
Let me first thank the chairman, comrade. Now, when they add comrade, it means you are an activist, for coming to pay this courtesy call to the government of River State while carrying out your legislative oversight function. We feel very happy that people still recognize, more especially an institution like in this country, that this government is alive and is up to its responsibilities. I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank you for also saying it to the hearing of everyone that River State, with the little we're doing, we've been able to reduce the crime rate as compared to what we met. It goes to say just one thing, that we know what the problem is, and we're tackling the problem from the root cause. What is the problem associated with crime? Unemployment, insecurity. This insecurity is not insecurity of, it's insecurity of economic insecurity. That is what causes crime. It's a global issue. as a state, we'll continue to do our best to see that our youth are engaged and are discouraged from joining or associating with anything that will bring bad image to our state. I noted a few things in your speech. Support to the correctional center. I know that the controller here knows that we have been supporting him, and he can attest to that. As a matter of fact, we have gone as far as releasing monthly, might be small, but it's still something, to support him monthly for the running or day-to-day running of his office. Anytime it calls upon the government, we always make sure that we attend to their need. And I think that is also one of the reasons why he's also carrying out his duty effectively as the head of that correctional center in our state. The problem, honestly, is when these buildings were erected over 80 years ago, nobody envisaged that the number we have today will be there. So it's just like when our father built their houses. By that time, maybe they just got married and have one son. Before you know it, they have 10. The house becomes stressful. The rooms cannot longer accommodate. So with what the federal government is doing in the states today, and with the new development that we can also support, we will look into it. I will mandate the Secretary to the State Government to go and assess what is going on there and liaise with the appropriate authority and see where we can come in to complete it, so that this issue of having this correctional center in the city, center of the city, which is not a good idea, at least we can solve that problem once. I can assure you that our government is focused and we know the needs of our people. We know the importance of bringing these men and women that are in this correctional center back to the society. But it's not just bringing them to the society. We also need to ensure that proper evaluations are done to ensure that we are not endangering our people. It's not just to say we need to integrate them. We also need to do the proper thing to make sure that when they leave, they can fit in. And what is that thing that we need to do? I think even in the correctional centers, they have vocational activities there. Some of them there have the opportunity of running programs online. So first, they should also show this commitment that they want to change, that they also want to be part of the system, coming back to the society. And we as a government will do all we can. I know that the government, from time to time, I know the CJ has visited the correctional center, as also after evaluation. I know I've seen a few letters when he has written to me that he has visited and have confirmed, assessing a few, that they've granted them one bail or the other. But this issue goes back to one major thing, and that major thing is an institution that we call police and an institution that we call the judiciary. Most of these issues that we're talking about, overcrowding of the prisons or correctional centers, might be late or delay in their cases. That is the truth. When their cases are being delayed, the other aspect is you arrest somebody wrongfully, or whatever. And the process of investigation takes 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So we need to make sure that our institutions are functioning effectively. And if they are functioning effectively, I strongly believe that most of this issue of overcrowding of these correctional centers won't be there. But this is where we are. We'll continue to encourage our system to do it better. Maybe if we had made these complaints earlier, maybe some of the correction would have been done. So now that we're saying it, I believe they are hearing it and they will expedite action to make sure that some of these things are put to check. But as a committee that is representing the House of Representatives, it is important on your part too. I know what I mean, your part. You make the law. You make this law. You should also have a legislative backing so that some of these mistakes will lead to problems in future can also be averted. There should be law that once somebody has committed any offense, that it should be within so, it should be strong and not just something we write and put in the book. It shouldn't be something we just put in our constitution. It should be given all the strength of implementation or execution of those laws. So you on your own should also help us. Do it right, and we'll take it on the path of execution, which is the duty of the executives. I want to thank you more especially for coming to see us. Let me, on behalf of the government and the good people of River State, assure you that you have not made any mistake. You have done the right thing, and you're taking the right step. By going to visit, I believe that at the end of your visitation, you will come up with recommendation that is going to help us to solve some of these problems as mentioned by you and as also addressed by me. But in all, we all have to put hands together to support this administration of our president. Nigeria is a very big and very complex society. Different ideology, multicultural beliefs, social differences, but we're all here as one because of that flag, Nigeria. So what we need to do is to ensure that we work as one common interest today to make sure that we sustain this entity called Nigeria. If Nigeria succeeds, we all succeed. And Nigeria will only succeed when we support the president. If Nigeria fails, everybody fails. The subnational, which is like the River State and any other state, will also fail. You can't succeed just as a state. Your success must be extended to the central. So let me thank you for what you're doing. I assure you that you have our support. Anytime you need anything from us, you already have the numbers, the right numbers to call, and we will definitely give you all the necessary support.